Hello everyone, welcome to my week ahead video. Last week I did make one of these as well, but unfortunately the file corrupted and I was unable to upload it, which was extremely frustrating. But the format of this video will be a review of last week, how the trades went. We'll be taking a look at the daily and weekly charts for Bitcoin and Ethereum, some high time frame support and resistance levels, as well as other BitMEX coins that may be interesting to me throughout the week. I'll be taking some blank charts, doing some TA. There may be some silence throughout the video when I'm charting, and that's just because I'm focusing, but I will talk about what I'm doing after I have finished. So last week in my week ahead video, I said that I was interested in a Bitcoin long at 3530, and if we go to the Bitcoin chart here, this chart is a little bit messy. I haven't looked at a chart all weekend, but you can see the low was actually 35.33. Unfortunately for me, I got too caught up in the lower time frames and I did not enter into a long there. I also had another pending long after all of this at 3.5 something maybe. I know it would have gotten filled on this wick, I'm pretty sure, but I ended up canceling that long order as well because I got two in my head. But I did have that written down in my notebook for a Bitcoin long at 35.30. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I recommend getting a notebook or a piece of paper, or I guess type it on your computer. Some notes I'll be giving throughout the video, just different levels that I'm interested in. And I personally just have my journal and I write down different notes, of different levels that I may be interested in throughout the week. What I'm going to try my best to do this week is just stick to my notes from this video, because as you can see from last week, I would have just crushed this Bitcoin trade and I would have crushed a Tron short as well. But anyway, it's enough about last week. This upcoming week is a new week, so full of opportunities here. So let's start with the blank Bitcoin daily chart, or at least this Bitcoin daily chart. And I have put this chart in the group chat, and I said that I put it in a few days ago when I think it was this daily candle here, and there was X's here. And I said I would expect Bitcoin to go up and take either of these X's. There's an X here and here. And you can see Bitcoin took both of those X's now, and now they're of course check marks. So what that means, in my opinion, is that the liquidity has been taken from those areas. So the liquidity has been tapped from the upside. So if we take a look at higher time frame support and or resistance areas, if Bitcoin does continue up higher here, I think the top of the run will be around 3770 right there. And you can just see a clear support and resistance flip. So what I'll be looking for here is 3770 to about probably something like this to 3800. I'll be looking for short, so let me write that down in my notebook. BTC short 3770 to 3800. I think that's what I said, right? So I mean, that's just a no-brainer short. If it does continue to push up, then it's extremely bullish. But I'm not saying these charts look bad at all. I think these charts look good, and we'll take a look at the weekly after this. But that's just the first area that comes to mind. Of course, I'll wait for the interaction at those levels before I take that trade. But it's just a level to keep my eye on, I should say. So I'll be keeping an eye on this level here. What I'll be looking for is something like this. So the first interaction, maybe it blows through, maybe it wicks above, closes below, tests it again, does not retest this initial high. I'll probably enter into a short there and then attack these lows. But I do have another area of interest of longing Bitcoin, and that would be, let me take a look. I put it in the group here. 3530 to 3580, so same exact deal. But now the only unfortunate part about that would be, let me see here, these lows here now. So I expect these lows to now be attacked because we are coming up to this resistance here, the daily resistance. So because of that, I am expecting these lows to at least be tapped or interacted with. Of course, this can keep going up, but this is just what I'm looking for throughout the week. So we are reaching that daily resistance. So now I'll be looking for these lows to get taken. Of course, my ideal long entry is still 34.80. I still don't think that's out of the question. I'm not being too bearish or anything like that, but I really don't think that's out of the question. Whether it's just a huge wick down and then it pops right up, or it slowly bleeds into it, I'm not sure yet, but that's still the level that I am interested in. So I'm going to write that down. BTC long 34.80 to 35.30. Okay. And I'll still be looking for shorts below 34.30. So nothing has changed for Bitcoin in terms of the trades I'll be looking to take throughout the week. So that's good. Let me go over to this chart here. Yeah, so you can see my range low is at that 37.70 level. So I do expect that to be at least some resistance. And if I were to enter into a long here, I mean, I just don't see the risk to reward. It's really not in my favor at all. So that's not a trade I would be willing to take at all. But if we go over to the Ethereum daily, Ethereum just looks so strong right now. It's insane. So my Ethereum areas of interest are 124 to 116. Ethereum long 124 to 116. Okay. And that's because of this support and resistance flip here. This is around 124, I believe. Yep, 123.80. So as you can see on the daily chart, if I take a line here and extend it left, you can see how important that 124 level has been for many, many days in the past. So Ethereum is also interacting with the first area of resistance, but I would not short Ethereum because of how strong this daily chart looks. And if we move over to the weekly, I'm sure the weekly looks very strong as well. I guess I should have started with the weekly, but it's okay. That's for next week, I guess. I'll correct some of these mistakes that I'm making. But yeah, Ethereum looks really good. We have the fork, I think, coming in 10 days. So this can still continue a bit, but it also, at the same time, it really didn't get very many pullbacks on the way up, which is a little bit concerning. Now, the way I think is I think there's a ton of liquidity down here. I mean, you can see just barely any lower wicks. It just stair-stepped up and eventually blasted through that resistance. So how I'm thinking of it is these are still untapped, these lows and all of these stair-stepping lows. The previous daily low was not retested during the stair-stepping up. So that's very notable. And there's going to be stops below each one of these daily lows. So for that reason, it makes Ethereum more of a target to dump much harder than Bitcoin will. So I will be interested in a short position on Ethereum at around the 150 level, the 148 to 150. Ethereum short 148 to 150. Of course, these numbers are all tentative. I'll be looking for the interactions at those levels before I place my offers. I'm not going to just be blindly placing orders at these levels. So anyway, so the 150 level is interesting to me. And then after that, it's the 163-ish level right here. Okay, so I'm looking at these two highs to be taken next. But I'm very, very interested in taking a long position on Ethereum. So hopefully I get the pullback this week that I'm looking for so we can get an even stronger second leg up. Anything else? Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's really what I'm looking for on the daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly and see if I'm missing anything. I actually did this chart on the weekly week ahead video that no one saw because the file got corrupted, but I did this chart on that video, and this is still very valid in my opinion. You can see the weekly just looks absolutely beautiful. A higher high, it broke down this very clean support and resistance level, reclaimed that broken down level, and then retested as support and had a very strong bounce. Ethereum just looks absolutely beautiful. I don't see why 170 or somewhere in the just below 200 USD area, I don't see how that would be out of the question at all. So again, I'm very, very interested in entering into a long position for Ethereum. And you can see my weekly chart here is still valid. These 3 weeks of highs are just untapped and just waiting. So we're about halfway filled on this weekly. I don't know why I just did that. I could have just used this tool. 26%. So we're about, yeah, halfway filled on this lower, or this huge sell-off wick here. So it does make sense, my area of resistance on the daily time frame, right? So if I extend this left, we can see that we're reaching a weekly area of resistance with the candle bodies. But again, it could still just blast right through this. Why did I put this 150 level? I think it was a daily. Yeah, okay. That's why I did it. The daily support and resistance is that 150 level. Interesting. Okay, so I still like this chart. I still think this chart is very valid. So Ethereum short 148 to 150. And I should also write 163. Okay. Perfect. Bitcoin and Ethereum is done. Let me go over a Bitcoin chart here. Where's the chart I wanted to use? I guess let's take a look at this weekly, even though it's already marked up. This is a promising weekly chart, but again, I think Litecoin led the market last week, and I think Ethereum is going to lead the market this week. You can just tell the difference of those weekly candles. Ethereum looks much, much stronger. Sure, you can give the argument that Ethereum is being propped up a bit by the news coming out in 10 days, but really FA can only have so much effect on the market. Ethereum looks like it's going to pull up Bitcoin yet again. So if we go to this weekly chart, it's much weaker weekly candle than Ethereum. And we're just now getting up to those resistance levels. But we do have a higher high on the weekly chart. A slight higher high. Nothing too crazy, but we do have that higher high, so that's notable. Ethereum, again, looks just beautiful. It looks much cleaner. So I'm going to be using the Ethereum chart for my Bitcoin trades, if that makes sense. So I'll be judging the strength of the overall market with Bitcoin instead, or with Ethereum instead of Bitcoin. So people are going to be making those ridiculous targets. Of course, everyone's getting bullish at resistance. People are giving targets of 5K and stuff like that. But I mean, we still have that weekly resistance at 4.1K. I think, honestly, we'll be seeing that soon. If we can clear that 3770 level, the 3800 level, I don't see why the 4K to the 4.1K level would be out of the question. But that weekly level of 4K is just very, very notable. Okay, so we have that going there. Anything else? Did Bitcoin and Ethereum weekly, daily, lower time frame? I don't really want to go over because this video is meant for higher time frame stuff. Let's go over Ethereum BTC. That's not going to help me at all. This is Binance, I believe. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to take a drink of water. I was coughing a little bit. But anyway, Ethereum BTC. I mean, look at this chart. Look at this. How can you not be bullish on Ethereum? Not even thinking about the FA stuff coming out. I mean, look at this. 40%. I really don't see how 0.05 is out of the question. I really don't see how it's out of the question at all. And you guys know I'm not a perma bull, perma bear, anything stupid like that. I just trade the charts. And this chart looks absolutely fantastic. So a buy zone for Ethereum BTC spot would probably, what's realistic? I mean, this level here. Wow, we closed just below that weekly resistance. Ethereum is at a real make it or break it point. You can see Ethereum BTC, because if Ethereum BTC gets rejected here, you're going to get a lower low on the weekly and then a higher high like that. So you'll have something like that. But this is a very, very interesting area for Ethereum BTC to be in. If we break it down to the daily, what would be a good buy zone for spot? Probably right here. I think that's too greedy though. I think it could work. Let me see. I think this could work. Is it too greedy? Let me see. Is it too greedy? No, I think that could work. Yep. I think this could work for sure. It's only a 7% decrease. I think that could work for a buy zone. What's this? Point. Okay. Ethereum BTC 0.0338 to 0.0326 spot buy. Perfect. Honestly, I don't see why this would be out of the question. So if you're taking a spot buy here, I'd probably have, let's say my average entry is, I don't know, right there. I'd have my stop probably below here. So an 8% stop targeting 0.05. I mean, I think that would be a fantastic trade. I think Ethereum and Ethereum USD and Ethereum BTC look really, really good. I really do. I think it looks really good. So I'm hoping that I get the pullback I want, or I'll just be chasing price for this entire week, which would suck. But sometimes that happens. And, I just want to mention that if I am chasing price all week, it's going to be frustrating. But what that means is when the time for longs is finally over, then I'll be able to short the, the price, the run up. I can short the entire run up. So sure, I'll be chasing on the way up, but I'll be able to short the entire pullback and then possibly some fresh lows. But that's something to talk about when the charts are looking bearish. The charts are looking absolutely fantastic right now, so no need to talk about that. So I have a buy zone for Ethereum, BTC, Litecoin. Still interested in taking a spot position, but actually, what's funny is it makes sense that Litecoin didn't really move this week compared to Ethereum and BTC, because Litecoin led the market last week. Right? Yeah, last week. So it makes sense that it's going to cool off and accumulate for a bit, or distribute. But whatever it's going to do, we'll do that for a bit because it just had this insane run up. If it continued up higher, all of this resistance that it's facing, it really does make sense that it is taking a little bit of a breather now, and it didn't get the very nice weekly candles that Bitcoin and Ethereum, or specifically Ethereum, did. This actually looks like a bearish retest, just in terms of volume. The volume really, it looks like the volume is just flowing into the other majors now. I mean, you do have that V bottom, but note the volume there. The volume isn't great, and we do have that resistance right above. I'd really like to see a deeper pullback, which makes sense with my Bitcoin and Ethereum analysis. Thinking that we'll be getting a pullback soon, so hopefully that does, come. So I'll be able to enter into that spot position because I really think Litecoin looks incredibly bullish as well. It would be very silly to short Litecoin, I still believe. Let's see. Whoa. It actually looks like ABC has found a bottom. How does the BitMEX chart look? Where is it? There it is. Hmm. This actually looks like it found a bottom. I really like this trade. I'm happy I'm doing this video. I would have never looked at Bitcoin Cash. This looks really good. What the heck? Sweeped here. The only issue is these untapped lows. But if I get this support and resistance flip... Sorry, there's no lines at the chart, so I'm doing this all visually. Maybe just let me chart it up for a second here, so you guys can see what the heck I'm talking about. Let's take this low. So look how beautiful this is. We have this swing low here, act as support and resistance, and or resistance. We have another swing low here. So this is the buy zone. Okay, just based on those two swing lows. And all I did to see that is, you know, I was taking a look left, trying to see where after the sell-off price bounced for a bit. So I got this candle where price did bounce after, you know, this huge sell-off, and then the second daily candle to get two swing lows. And now I drew a line, and I could see that those two swing lows were significant because they acted as a support and or resistance area. I'm actually, do I say this out loud? I'm bullish on Bitcoin Cash ABC. Should I be saying this on video? What? I mean, it broke out. It broke out. Did it break out? I mean, all of these dojis with the floor here makes me think that really this is a bottom. We have 3 higher highs. Let me look at the weekly. I mean, all of these dojis. So what I'm envisioning is a struggle between bulls and the bears to either push this lower or pump it. And as you can see, it's been a long time of struggling back and forth. ABC broke out on MEX. I should not do this on video. Maybe I should have, you know, I should move on to a new topic. But anyway, a buy zone for Bitcoin Cash ABC on Binance or BitMEX. I really think this is my long zone. BCHH 19.0 341 2.0 343 0.0343. I think I'm gonna long that with a stop below 331. I mean, how could I short this? That's the real question. How can you short this? Clearly the bears are losing. I mean, isn't that obvious? Right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You attempt to break out here. You accumulate for 8 days. I think I'm bullish on Bitcoin Cash ABC. Is this the twilight zone? Okay, I'll do all the math and all that stuff off video, but I'm actually surprised by this setup. I've seen no one talk about Bitcoin Cash ABC. Maybe that's why I'm surprised. When a chart looks like this, holy crap. I like this chart. Take profit 1 will be right there. I'm just going to mark this up so I have it. And then take profit 2. Same exact stop, of course. Take profit 2. Be right here. Let's not get greedy. Right there. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm bullish on ABC because we have this V bottom on the daily. Attempted to break out for a few days, gets rejected, but the rejection really isn't that bad in terms of volume, right? Compared to the buy volume, we have not too much sell volume, but then the floor is established, right? So this is worth the risk of the trade. It could just be this right here, right? Because if there's no buyers that stepped in, you're just going to see an accelerated sell-off eventually. So if no buyers step in sometime soon, you'll see an accelerated sell-off. But for now, I'm taking that risk. That looks like a really good long. So sorry for drooling over that chart for a few minutes there, but I think the chart looks really, really good. So we'll see what happens with that one. Ripple. I am interested in a Ripple long as well. Where's my chart for that? I think it's a lower time frame chart. Perfect. This is what I wanted to see. So I've been waiting very patiently for this Ripple long, and what I've been waiting for is a breakout. Or no, first what I was waiting for is the series of higher lows to, hold. Okay, I didn't see that. Clearly it broke. It broke below my blue level, and now it looks like it's reclaiming this. So I won't enter into a long for another 8 hours or so, just so I can see these 4-hour candles hold above blue. But I am still interested in a Ripple long as well. Targets are on the chart. Let me stick to higher time frame stuff, though. Tron. Whoa. Tron looks the same. I'm not long in Tron, though. Just because I gave my opinion, obviously, in the video no one saw, so this isn't helpful. But I gave my opinion on Tron and basically said that Tron, in my opinion, already had the run-up. Okay, so money will be flowing into the other large caps that have not pumped yet. So Tron had the pump due to the airdrop or whatever made it pump. But it looks like, in my opinion, the money will go into the other higher caps like Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, ABC. So I'm not too interested in Tron for that reason. The chart really doesn't look half bad, though. So I'll post a trade idea for this for a long position if maybe someone else is interested in that long, but it is not me who's interested. EOS, let's take a look. That's not helpful. Not enough chart history. EOS, BTC. Not interested in EOS. Maybe until it falls here. Until it retests these highs as support, probably. Maybe somewhere over here. Then I'll be interested, but for right now, not too interested. I think that's it. Sorry, I'm just trying to think if I want to go over anything else. I think that's it. MFT, I'm still in this spot position, but so far it's pretty disappointing. I'll be closing my position manually if a daily closes below the equilibrium. But for right now, we had a fake out to the upside distribution for a couple days, and now we're tanking. But I'm still bullish on MFT if it holds the equilibrium, and if not, then, oh well, take the loss and move on. Anything else? I really am looking forward to the next week or this upcoming week and, weeks after that. I think there's some really decent long opportunities out there. And if none of my longs fill, then there'll be great short opportunities in the next few weeks after that. So just have to be on the lookout for that. Don't go chasing price. I mean, look, I haven't even touched this chart in days, actually. And Bitcoin is testing this resistance area. So it's stupid to fall into FOMO and start longing into resistance, but it's equally as stupid as shorting into strength. So you have to find that happy medium here. I don't feel comfortable longing up here, nor do I feel comfortable shorting. So if you guys followed me with your notebooks, you have my areas of interest. I'll go over them right now again. Bitcoin short, 3770 to 3800. Bitcoin long 3480 to 3530. Ethereum long 124 to 116. Ethereum short 148, 150, 163. Ethereum BTC spot buy 0.0338 to 0.0326. BCH H19, I didn't write long, 0.041 to 0.0343. Cool. I think that is everything. I will wrap up this video here. Let me just make sure I didn't forget about anything, and I did forget about ADA. ADA looks decent. Let me look at it on Binance. I don't see anything that could help me on this BitMEX chart. I could see ADA making a run up to these lows here. 1186. Oh, well that doesn't help. These highs here, okay. I don't see how that would be out of the question. What would this be? Long position, let's say I entered here with a target here. Not worth it. Nope. Not worth it for me. Yeah, there's a ton of resistance up above where price is now. I'd rather just wait for this to break up. If it does break up, and then just short it on the way down. But for right now, I'm not too interested in that at all. That's it. Yep, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this week ahead video. And this is the first one that obviously I'm posting publicly. Hopefully. Oh my goodness, if this file corrupts, I'll be so angry. But I will appreciate any and all constructive criticism and feedback, just so I know how to make these videos helpful for you and I in these upcoming weeks. These will be made weekly, every Sunday after the weekly close. So I hope this helped you guys. If you have any further questions, as always, please feel free to ask.